Trae Young's time in Atlanta is officially over. He has been an Atlanta Hawk for over 7 years now, and it all is coming to an end, and you can expect to see a trade in the next couple of days. But without further ado, let's get into the entire video. So to give you some more context, Trae Young basically he was drafted by the Hawks back in 2018, brought them to a conference finals. But other by that, hasn't really done much. It's really just been a plan. And honestly, he is a very difficult star to please. I mean, he's a great passer, but sometimes has some defensive inefficiency mistakes. And this year is having his worst year of his career, and his value is at all-time low. And because of that, the Atlanta Hawks don't want him anymore. The rising star Jalen Johnson, who I've made a few videos about, go check out on my channel. But he is now taken over and is looking like the number one player on this team. And with Jalen Johnson taking off as a two-way wing who could basically do it all. I mean, he's getting a triple-double on a nightly basis. It just doesn't seem like a superstar who can't play defense and is going to be inefficient and can't even do what he's good at right now. Can't even score the ball efficiently or well. And it's just looking like he's gone. And the top kind of contenders to get Trae Young right now are the Washington Wizards. And that doesn't make sense because the Wizards are very, very bad. I mean, they're not the worst team in NBA history, but young and inexperienced team. We just a few veterans on the team like Chris Middleton and CJ McCollum. But other by that, they're really just players drafted since like 2022. I mean, you have Alex Sarr over there. You have Bob Carrington, Keyshawn George, all of those guys from 2024 draft. Trey Johnson, 25 draft. Jameer Watkins, 25 draft. Undrafted, though. I don't know. I think he was undrafted. I'm not really sure. I kind of forgot about him. Didn't really know he was on this team until just a couple nights ago. Malachi Branham from 2022 draft. They had Blake Wesley, but Blake Wesley's now on the Portland Trailblazers. It's very interesting. I mean, they also have Cam Whitmore, who I thought he would have a bigger role, but I think he's just still getting used to it. Not really having a big role there. I mean, he was good in Houston in his limited minutes. But it's just an interesting team to say the least. You know, they are tanking, but some other teams I think make some more sense are the Mavericks with Cooper Flag, which they need a creator. They need someone who can chuck up a bunch of shots. I mean, Cooper Flag could use there. And there, Cooper, and that's a team that, works well with a, not really as inefficient, but ball dominant point guard who can't play defense and is kind of injury prone, but not really. And that roster would already work because it worked with Luka, and Trae Young's obviously not Luka, but you can still have a very great team that's fit for the specific type of player. I mean, they don't really have as many defensive wings. I mean, they lost Derek Jones, but, you add Cooper Flag, who is obviously a lot better. And then you have Kyrie returning from injury, so you add another two guard, and that defense just probably won't look good. So they might have to trade Kyrie. But the Raptors are also a team because they have defense and shooting. I mean, they have Ingram, who's a great shooter, RJ Barrett, who may or may not be in the trade for Trae if they do decide to trade for him. Jakob Poeltl, who could be in the trade, who's just honestly kind of overrated, kind of making too much money right now, but that's a conversation for another video maybe, if I feel like it. They also have Scotty Barnes, obviously, but they have lots of shooting and defense over there. That could be interesting. Brendan Ingram, too. I feel like that would be weird, though. So I feel like, but the Wizards kind of came out of nowhere, and at first, I kind of hated it, but, I really started to think, and then you think they get Trae Young, a star who they can get for cheap, and if they can just get him to get close to what he was when he was in like 2021, 2022, a decent like 45% from the field, like mid 30s, maybe high 30s from the 3-point line, and then get him to shoot good from free throw range. And then maybe, obviously, you're not going to get defense, but you have shooting, you have defense there, you have a pick and roll partner, and it kind of works out. I mean, if they go out and go get Trae Young for cheap, they can go do like CJ McCollum, Malachi Branham, some other expiring contract, maybe like I don't really know, some other like minimum, and then like one or two firsts. I feel like that could really work out. I mean, Atlanta, you get CJ McCollum, who's an expiring contract. You can go ahead and try to sign someone this offseason where there could be a few guys that could really help this team. I mean, you got Kyle Alexander Walker last offseason. That was kind of a steal of a signing, even though kind of don't love it, kind of don't hate it. You have Jalen Johnson over there, too. But for the Wizards, I mean, kind of underrated. In a couple years, they could be a real thing. I mean, you think last year, and you can see all the Wizards fell from 2 to 6, and all like the bad teams. The Brooklyn Nets were not good. I mean, they were kind of better than expected, so they got the eighth pick. But it was really just not really tanking teams getting top picks. But if the Wizards trade for Trae, they could trick the league into saying, we're not taking. We're actually trying to win games. We're getting a win now player. And then they can just actually tank. Because Trae Young obviously still needs some time to recover, get back to his normal self. So keep losing games, maybe win a few. But get a top 3 pick, draft a player like Cam Boozer, who would be perfect for this roster. He obviously will bring winning culture already to this team. And then you're looking like maybe a contender in a few years if all these players turn out well. I mean, you have Trae Young, then you have Trey Johnson, Keyshawn, Georgia Bilal, whichever one works out. But you need shooters, so maybe Keyshawn. Then you have Cam Boozer at the 4, who could be interesting with Trae Young. I kind of don't hate the fit. And then you have Alex Soros, obviously that pick and roll threat and can play defense. And then off like that's a great team, honestly, if all the players turn out right. If Bob Carrington or Keyshawn off the bench, you have some other Trista Vukovic if he's still there. And you can really build a contender out of young guys, and this could really work out. But maybe it couldn't. I don't know. Maybe the Raptors, they could trade Emmanuel quickly, RJ, and like a first maybe for Trae and Risache. Or maybe the Mavs. But I don't think the Mavs are realistic because the reports have come out that the Hawks don't want a, so that kind of rules them out for maybe the Trae Young sweepstakes. But let me know what you guys think. Obviously, this is another video, kind of how my videos have been going recently. First video of the new year is just kind of a rant. Sorry for that, but I hope you had a good time just listening to me yap, I guess, about Trae Young and all this. It's very interesting. First actual trade that we're probably going to get. I really hope we do, because this NBA season, as terms as trades, has been really boring. I mean, there's been a few signings, but other by the offseason, which was kind of crazy by itself, and the trade deadline last year, which was insane. We've gotten like no trades. I don't remember the last trade that happened. Anyways, I hope this trade searches out. I hope this works out for the Wizards and the Hawks. I love Jalen Johnson as a player. I really hope he gets a good opportunity over there. But thanks for watching. I hope you would be considerate to subscribe. If you haven't already, please. We are on our way to 200 subs, and we are gonna become one of the best hoops channels on the platform. Hopefully, and you could be part of that. You could say that you were early to me. You could say that you were early to this channel before I blow up, hopefully, please. But you don't have to. You can go watch another video, see if I'm really worth a sub. But anyways, thank you for watching to this point. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see y'all later.